Hey guys, Emerson Chewy side, and here's a track guide for Dover. Second time we've been here this year on, two completely different builds, but here we are again, and basically my other video is pretty much irrelevant while also being relevant. But here we are, straight to the keys of the race. You can see I have 5 of them on here now, for many reasons, because Dover is just one of them tracks. Anyways, number 1, tires again. This time it seems to be even more of a factor than normal. Number 2, I guess, would have to be restarts. Tons of wheel spin, last week, I forgot to mention that, but yeah, it was kind of a big deal. Number 3 would have to be, I'd say pit entry, because it's one of the hardest pit roads to get onto, and there sometimes is a lot of green flag racing here. Number 4 would be your corner exits do get a little bit hairy just because of the way the track is. Yeah, you go from tons of banking to not as much banking, just that transition gets really weird. And the last thing you'll see is wrecks. When something happens here at Dover, it's usually spectacular and the wrecks are gigantic. So there's tons of chaos. So let's just get to the pit road and get to the lap. Alright, here we are on pit road. Pit road speed is 35 miles per hour. Pace car speed's 45. Something to keep in mind here is where you can accelerate out. And just out of turn 2 is the blue line that you see right there. And then you can get on the track. Alright, here we are for the lap. Only thing I changed was the offset to the steering, so it's more, goes more straight to a +10. So that's it from the fixed setup and the default weather. So let's see how this lap was done. Alright, there we have it for 23.4. So, Dover's one of them tricky tracks, so, you can throw it in there and somehow get a worse lap than if you took it easy, but we'll explore how this is done. So we'll make our way into 1. And you see this old red banner there. Once that ends, I'm turning down into the first corner. You see I'm still well on the gas up until the Autism Speaks. Or what was it? .org logo here on the right. That's when I'm getting off the gas. And we're aiming right for the bottom. Now before I go any further, I would mention that maybe not run this line in the race. After a few laps it starts to take its toll on the tires. What a lot of people do is somewhat diamond the corner, which if you don't know what that is, it's just trying to make a diamond shape out of an oval. So I'll put a diagram up right now. Something like that. Anyways, back to the lap. So I'm throwing it in. Right after that thing, getting on the brakes. Enough to set the front end down, and the car gets a little weird here, but just enough brake to get it to slow down and to ensure that you're going to stay right along this, basically the apron almost. So you see, once I got it slowed down, I'm letting it roll. Then I start picking the throttle up shortly after that. So let it roll, then I'll pick the throttle right about here. Still keeping it as low as possible. But like I said, it kind of takes a toll if you're forcibly putting it down there. Then it's going to do that. But you can see, I'm playing with the throttle just to make sure I stay on this line. Because any higher it gets weird, any lower it gets really weird. And you'll see, you can try it for yourself and you'll see why. So pretty much once I get it pointed, full throttle, and you can hear the tires screaming. A little bit. Now turn 3, I'm throwing it in a little bit deeper by the AAA insurance. Then getting on the brakes about exactly what I did in turn 1. But it gets weird because the car's literally on the ground. Smacking the track. Horrible feeling. But pretty much the same approach. We're doing the same thing, getting at the bottom. Slowly pick up the throttle. Keep it down here, but The car develops more of a push here in 3 and 4. And that's why I had to play with the throttle. You hear it all through the exit of this corner. Especially right here. So anyways, there you have it for your lap. Possibly one of the trickiest tracks to, do consistently. So yeah. Anyways, sim racing.